Yo, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make one of these videos once a year just about content creation in general. I've been doing content creation for 8+ years. I would say a high level, and I just want to give you guys some tips and tools for 2025 because social media changes over time. Tips are kind of become outdated and things like that. So I always want to keep you guys up to date. And like I tell you guys all the time, this is not a video for you to just get some magic trick, grow on social media overnight, and then become like an overnight success. If that's what you're looking for, this is not the video for you. This is literally a video of how I've developed a personal brand for myself, grown that personal brand into working with some of the top brands that you guys can probably think of, from Nike, Foot Locker, Puma, Dyson, the whole nine. I've worked with a bunch of different companies. So if that's what you're looking for and you guys want some tips and tools for 2025 on how I feel people are going to grow on social media and the way that social media is shifting, this is the video for you. So give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I really appreciate the love and support that you guys have showed me over this journey of content creation, again, for basically like 10 years. So I'm just going to start off with my notes because I always write down some notes for you guys on what content creation is, because someone might be fairly new and may not understand what a content creator is and what they specifically do. A content creator, in simple terms, is a person like myself. Let's just say that a company wants to promote a energy drink like Ghost right here. They'll hire me to make a video for it, to post it on my social media. They'll pay me for that. Sometimes you get commission. Sometimes you'll do UGC content where you're just creating content for the brand, for them to post it and run it on ads. It's a number of different things of your likeness being used to drive sales for a brand and to grow that brand and to just help them just grow in general, sales-wise, popularity, or just notoriety. Or in some terms, like Nike or Foot Locker or Puma, that's a big brand. Sometimes it's just about brand awareness and just getting it out there for people to know about it, because people are going to go buy Nike regardless, Puma regardless, because it's already in stores. But an influencer or a content creator is a person who gets paid by brands to promote online, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or any other social media platform. They have streaming like Twitch. I think there's a thing called Kick. Whatever it is, that's what a content creator does, and that's how they make their money. So you got affiliate links, you got brand partnerships, and excuse me, I think I don't really know if there's another lane, but that's what a content creator is. Now, how I got started and I kept evolving over the years in social media. So I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because some people have heard it on the previous video. I started off doing my first paid post in 2016. It was a paid post with Puma. I got paid $500 at the time. I think I was around maybe 20 to 30,000 followers. I'm not sure, but it was 2016. Puma reached out via email and said, "Hey, we'd like for you to post one photo on your page of this shoe, and we'll pay you $500." And at that time, it was a net 90, and I was just like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna sign the contract." The shoe showed up. I took the picture. I posted it. 90 days later, I got $500. So basically, my content creation started from me posting online and just posting like my DIY fashion stuff on YouTube, my fashion stuff, and then like football kind of propelled me too because I played on TV every week. So I grew a following within like the UNT and college community that I was in, football, and then fashion. So Puma reached out, and I was focused on streetwear at the time. And then I started to think like, okay, if Puma's going to pay me $500, why don't I reach out to a couple of like local brands and figure out if I can work with them, do some photo shoots. And that's how basically like my content creation journey began, as doing it like full time, is that one spark of inspiration that I got from Puma and at $500 they were paying me. And this was a contract that I think it may have been like 3 or 6 months. So I think I made like maybe like $3,000 total over the time, and it helped me work with a whole bunch of different brands. So getting started for me was me just posting my outfits on Instagram, and then just picking up some traction from playing football. Popularity came with that. It was a lot easier to grow during that time, and I focused on the streetwear niche at that point and was able to work with Puma. So that's how I got started, and that's basically just a gist. If you want to dive into that a little bit more, it's on my previous video from last year, or it's in my ebook, basically a full breakdown of how I got started. And my ebook's $10, it's 75 pages. I'm not here to sell that, but that's something that people always ask. So it is linked below if you guys want to check that out. Now, in terms of 2025 tips and tools of what I feel on social media is going to be the best way to go about growing your page and being able to become a content creator during this time period, because it's a thing that a lot of people want to do nowadays. Back in 2016, there wasn't too many people that were looking to do content creation full time or even thought that they could do it. So it's a very popular thing, and a lot of people look at it as, oh, it's oversaturated, I can't get into this. That's not necessarily true. There's plenty of brands that sell black t-shirts, and everybody goes and continues to buy black t-shirts from different brands. They don't just buy it from one. So you can get in where you fit in, and we're going to talk about that. First thing I want to talk about is going viral the best thing, yes or no? It's yes and no. You want to go viral for the correct reasons. Now, for instance, I went viral back in like 2020 for like my cleaning videos. I did a ton of cleaning videos. I found my style, blew up on TikTok, started to translate over to Instagram. I grew about 400,000 followers in the course of like less than a year. I was gaining almost 11,000 followers per day for my daily vlogs, my cleaning vlogs, all that great stuff. So I went viral for something that was a part of my life that I didn't have to go outside the norm, or it wasn't something that I was unused to doing. I was just recording it now and making it just a vibe, to be honest. I was just posting it with music that I was listening to at the time and being able to grow. So if you go viral for the correct reasons, it's good. Now, going viral for something that maybe like isn't the norm, if I did something like funny or something like that that wasn't aligned with my personal brand or the type of content that I did, I don't feel like that's the correct way or the right way to go viral, because you're going to attract the audience who likes that funny stuff, and you're not a person that wants to do comedy and all the rest of that stuff. So make sure the content that you're creating, if you want that content to go viral, make sure it's for the right reasons that's going to translate into something that can be lucrative in the future. So for me, viral is good every now and then, but don't get caught up in thinking that, oh, I need to always go viral. Oh, I need to always go viral, because it's a slow and steady race. And that's something that's the last point on my notes. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And we'll talk about that because, yeah, you'll get like an influx of followers, but this is about longevity. Again, I've been doing this 10 years. So it's about longevity. People blow up overnight and people fall off very quick. You can literally think about people who've blown up off memes, people who've blown up off one little skit, and you no longer know them or they don't have any relevance because it's not something that was valuable to somebody's life. And that's in the notes too, is value versus entertainment. And that's something we'll talk about here in this chapter too. But just going back to being viral, make sure if you're going to go viral, do it in the niche or the type of style of content that you love creating and it's a part of you. Don't go viral trying to not be yourself, because you're going to have to continue to do that for people to want to be a part of your page and want to just entertain the type of content that you put out. So what I would focus on in 2025, if I was you guys, is creating shelf life content. And what I mean by this is something that can live on forever, basically. Something that is educational, something that someone can actually apply to their lives. I've created tips and tools on lifestyle tips for young men that currently still get shared to this day. How to level up as a man that still gets currently shared to this day. There's a lot of different pieces of content that I've created that have shelf life. So when you're creating these pieces of content, think, can this add value to somebody's life? And if it can add value to somebody's life, then you need to create it. And that's not to say that you don't need to create any type of entertaining content as well, to just have a balance, because yeah, you can teach, but it's going to become super repetitive after a while if you're not learning a new skill set. So it's always good to entertain as well. But creating that shelf life content for yourself allows you to take a step back, allow the content to work for you while you're figuring out better ideas to implement into your page to further educate your audience and be able to continue to grow, instead of thinking that you have to post every single day. I don't believe in that, posting every single day. Like, in simple terms, like, excuse my language, I think that that's bullshit. There's nothing that I need to see every single day from a person, maybe besides stories that's like consistently keeping up with working out and things like that. But I don't think a person could teach every single day. You have to take a break, take a step back, reevaluate, and then be able to go teach people different parts of your life. So for me, I always keep that shelf life content in mind when I'm creating something. Is this going to add value to somebody's life? Can they apply this to their life? And if you can, they'll forever be coming back to learn more and more, because like humans are, they crave routine, they crave education, or at least they should. The world we live in now is completely crazy and people may not crave education. But yes, shelf life content is the number one thing that I would focus on in 2025. If I were you trying to be a content creator, teach your audience something and they will forever come back to learn more and more about you. And the great thing about life is you're constantly ever evolving. So the different phases and stuff that you go through in life, you can teach people as you grow. That's why like older people, they're so wise and they're able to teach the younger generation because they've been through all these things before and they're able to teach. So whatever you're going through or whatever you've gone through and overcome, be able to teach the younger generation that, and you'll be perfectly fine. Another thing is investing your time in long form content. Just like I'm sitting here doing a long form content video, I think that is super important to the longevity and success of a content creator, because these short form platforms, it's easily rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Anybody can go copy your day in the life. Anybody can go copy your cleaning video. These type of sit down videos, if somebody wants to come copy these, they really got to put in the time and effort to come sit here and copy something like this. So long form, one, it allows you to be more personable with your audience. You get to sit down, you get to talk, they get to know who you are. That 30, 60 to 90 seconds on short form, it's just not going to be able to translate to your audience and grow like a loyal following. So the long form content is not only good in that aspect, you also get paid from AdSense. You don't have to depend on brand deals all the time to be bringing in some type of income. People sit down, they watch you, they enjoy you, and they tune into your videos every week. YouTube pays you for that because they have advertisers who want to be in front of an audience or a person that has a large audience that's watching for a long number of time, or whatever it is. So in 2025, I would 100% say focus on long form content, because we got looking at TikTok being banned, which it is what it is when it comes to that, because everything will just shift towards Instagram or whatever it is. But long form content, I think, is going to be here for a long time, if not forever. YouTube is a powerhouse. YouTube is a complete powerhouse when it comes to content, because for somebody to dedicate 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours sometime to people that they want to enjoy and watch, that's dedication. And people will come here to learn. They go to TikTok to learn too, but learning things on YouTube is the first thing you type in is how to tie your shoe or how to tie a tie. They got a video for everything. They literally got a video for everything. And long form content is going to allow you to build that cult-like following that's going to translate over into every other platform that you have. So I can't preach enough the long form importance of the content creation journey. Start here. Start here, because if you can conquer this long form content, short form content is nothing. It's nothing. But invest your time and energy in growing your following on YouTube this year. They even have like a small creator thing that they're pushing now. So there's a bunch of different like small creators popping up on the recommended like videos. If you go look at your feed right now, it's a lot of people that you probably haven't seen, because YouTube's pushing small creators right now to grow their pages. So solely focus on growing your YouTube, really connecting with your audience, getting comfortable vlogging, and figuring out your style on here, because it's my main focus in 2025 is to come on here, drop weekly vlogs, drop videos like this to really educate my audience on the things that I've learned over the course of time. So that's the second thing that I would focus on when it comes to content creation in 2025, is really focusing on long form content and getting comfortable in front of the camera and really teaching your audience something and just letting them into a piece of your personal life and connecting and being able to build that way. Another thing is quit chasing trends and just chase being relatable and raw moments. Everyone's over like the perfect aesthetic. I think the perfect aesthetic photo thing was out the window like a number of years ago on Instagram and all the rest of that stuff. People love raw videos. I literally just took a video the other day of me walking around my house, listening to Chris Brown residuals on my Sonos speakers all around and just vibing. It did a million views on TikTok. Crazy. It did well on Instagram too. It was just a raw moment of me enjoying my space, listening to a great song, walking through the house and just vibing. People connect with that more than just like the perfect aesthetic, the perfect shot, all these different things. And I'm even seeing like my long form content as far as like my vlogs, just letting it be raw, uncut, and just being myself, being around my friends, being around my family. Those videos connect better than setting up my camera, getting this perfect shot, creating this like whole intro. And that's not to say that those type of videos are bad, but people are just craving just raw authenticity in a world where everything seems to be so perfect. They like the imperfections of a person. Like my credit video, I had reposted it the other day and someone was like, yo, like I really just fuck with you even more because you're even more relatable, because people go through real life things and you want to be able to just be on that same level as them and be able to connect. So when it comes to chasing trends and all the rest of that stuff, yeah, they're cool. You might have like a little trendy video that you want to do with your friends, but don't solely rely on a trend to carry you in your content creation journey, because you're going to forever be chasing that. And that's not something that I would personally want to do. If you do, that's perfectly fine. I would say focus on the raw, authentic content, being yourself, and allow yourself to grow in that aspect versus like following a trend. And then I said on here, if TikTok gets banned, move on and double down on Instagram, because where else is there to go? I mean, you can do YouTube Shorts too. That allows you to build an audience on the long form platform using these shorts that they have. One thing I want to say about that is your YouTube Shorts, make sure that they translate to what you do long form wise, because if you blow up doing something, again, completely different than your long form, nobody's going to watch. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's just the TikTok aspect. If it does get banned, double down on Instagram, YouTube Shorts. And if another platform comes out, then, shift over to that. Another thing, entertainment versus value. I talked about this a little bit earlier. I always look at this like the value is always going to be more weight than entertainment. I don't want to entertain for the rest of my life. I can give you value because, like I said, the more I grow in life, the more experiences that I have, the more I can teach you guys, and the more I can tell you guys different tips and tools of life. Entertainment is great. I've always implemented in entertainment, cool vibey videos as far as day in the life, and being able to translate that over into something cool, grow audience, and all those different things. But always keep value at the top of the list. Value is going to give you longevity in 2025 and so forth. As a content creator, you have to separate yourself from the normal tips and tools and all the rest of these things that people can just rinse and repeat, again, like I said, and be able to do that. So when it comes to entertainment, do it, but don't let that be your sole focus on your content creation journey. And it leads me into this last portion. Is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You don't want to just blow up overnight. But again, like I said, some people blow up overnight and they fall off real quick. Take the slow, steady race. It's just like, for instance, like I'm training for marathons and stuff. I now realize that these slow runs are more important than the speed days, because I'm building my base. Build your base, build your foundation, and then slowly grow your endurance. And what your endurance is your longevity in content creation. Because if you want this to be your full-time career, you have to understand being relevant is something that you're going to have to keep up with. That doesn't mean that you always have to be talking about certain topics or this, that, and the other, but you have to be relevant in a sense of, does a person want to tune in and can they continue to learn from you, and they can continue to see like the growth in you as a person? Because the more you evolve as a person, the more people see it as like, we're achieving this together. Make it a we thing and not an I thing. Everybody with you is along the journey. So understand, when you win, they win. Make everybody a part of it. So when it comes to 2025, those are the things that I would focus on. And I know everybody's going to be thinking about like money and all the rest of these things. Money is great. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit about like the money aspect of content creation and where it's going. The creator economy is going to continue to grow. From 2016 to now, it is probably 10x what it is. You go from $500 a post to now I can charge $20,000 to $30,000 for a post, depending on the brand that I'm working with. So when it comes to that, you need to figure out your pricing. Your pricing is really based on what you feel you're worth, because yeah, some people might have 30,000 followers and this person might have 100K, but this 30,000 followers over here has higher engagement. They can charge more. It's not all based on following. It's all based on engagement too, and the quality of content. So when it comes to the pricing and getting the money and things like that, brands are going to reach out if they feel that your content is good. And it's up to you to negotiate those deals. Or if you want to find an agency, you can do that as well. Just understand that they're going to take a percentage of your money, whether it's 10%, 20%, whatever it is. I'm not represented by an agency because I've been doing this for a while. I feel it's different sides of that some people need it because they're not business oriented, and that's fine. Some people don't. I can handle my own emails, be able to negotiate back and forth with brands, settle on deals, keep all my money in-house, and be able to grow that way. So just keep in mind the brands and stuff that you want to work with. As you lock in on these things that I've talked about, you're going to start getting outreach. And just be prepared and understand that this is a job, this is a career, and there's tiers to this career. Not everybody is going to make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're not. It's just the nature of the beast. Some people that are in content creation are still literally basically working a 9 to 5 because the income just isn't there. And I'm just going to keep it realistic. You're getting paid every 30, 60 days, or 30, 45, 60 days. 90 days should not even be heard of in the creator economy. But that's just the nature of it. It's very high and low. You're going to have some great months, and then you're going to have some super low months. But I always tell people, from your personal brand, you can build businesses. So if you guys are going to take this content creation seriously and your personal brand, understand that once you grow that, get into other things. Invest your money into growing something else outside of that, whether it's going to invest in real estate, whether it's going to invest in starting a business for yourself, whether it's investing in stocks. All those different things come from growing your personal brand and understanding that the longevity and the long-term goals all start with the foundation of how you grow your personal brand. And in 2025, I would focus on all those things that I talked about. So I'll go back through creating the shelf life content, investing your time in long form content like this, quit chasing trends, start being more relatable in raw moments. If TikTok gets banned, double down on Instagram. And then entertainment versus value, and understanding it's a marathon, not a sprint. And if you go viral for the correct reasons. So with that being said, you do not need all this crazy equipment either. You don't need a $10,000 camera. If you got an iPhone, it shoots 4K. Use it. I know I'm shooting on a camera saying this, but this is my job. I've invested the money that I've made from brands to invest in my equipment. But starting out, people will make excuses why they can't start and this, that, and the other. Pick up your phone, turn it on 4K, 30 frames per second, and do what you got to do. I believe in you. You believe in yourself. Start your content creation journey in 2025. It's never too late, no matter how old you are. I don't give a fuck if you're 50 years old. You can start on YouTube and you can blow up and do your thing. And even if you're a young kid that doesn't have a lot of money and stuff like that, Joe, just be you. Just be you. Click record, post it, and get better every single post. Like I said, this isn't a video of a snap your fingers and I'm going to grow my social media overnight. This is realistic advice of how I've taken my personal brand and been able to live the life that I wanted to live for the past 10 years. And I'm looking forward to 2025 being such a great year of long form content, short form content. I'll still be able to do that. But I see myself being on here and starting my mentorship program as well as more consultations and stuff. Again, that's something that I do offer as well. If you guys want feedback on your Instagram and your social medias and stuff like that, I do offer consultations to break down everything and go over those things as well. But with that being said, I love and appreciate you guys as always, just for tuning into my videos, supporting me as a creative. I can't thank you guys enough for the love that you guys have shown me and the opportunities that I've been presented in life because of the support that you guys have given me. I thank God every day for that. I love you guys. Drop a like, drop a comment down below about what you thought about the video. And I'll see you guys next year with some more tips and tools. Peace.